In Creo Parametric, you can use the drag tool to test the range of motion of components in a mechanism and then take snapshots to capture the positions and orientations of those components in the mechanism. To see how this works, I will click on the Drag Components tool from the Model tab in an assembly, and this opens up the Drag dialog box, and I can start by clicking somewhere on a component and then moving my mouse, and we can see the range of motion. And if I just want to go back to the previous position, I will hit the middle mouse button and the components return to where they were. If I want to take a snapshot, I can expand snapshots from the dialog box. And then there is a little camera icon. I can click on it and it creates a snapshot. By default, it gives it the name snapshot followed by a number, but then you can select that name and then rename it. Maybe I will call this the bent elbow snapshot and then hit the enter key and the name is updated. Let's talk about the different uses of snapshots. So as I mentioned, you can use the drag tool to test the range of motion, but then once you have a snapshot, well, there are a few different things that you can use it for. So for example, I will close out of the snapshots dialog box and then jump into mechanism mode by going to the applications tab and then choosing mechanism. Let me bring back my model tree and I'll also show my mechanism tree. And let's grab the, oops, collapsed it. Let me expand it. Let me grab the bar here and just drag it higher so I can see more of the mechanism tree. I'm going to create another analysis by clicking on analyses in the folder. There is a little icon that sort of looks like a light. It's for creating a new analysis. And in this dialog box, I can choose the initial configuration for the components for a given analysis. I will change from current to snapshot. And then from this drop-down list, I can choose that one that I just created called bent elbow and then click the OK button. And in that way, I have used that snapshot as the starting point for an analysis. For a second use of these different snapshots, let me go over to a drawing for this particular assembly. And you can see that the components are in a particular configuration. And let me show you what happens. Let me jump back actually to the assembly and then move the components using the drag tool. So I'll use the drag components tool from here in mechanism mode. And I'm going to left click on a component. Let me grab it and I'm going to drag it and move it about over here. And then I will left click again in order to leave them in a particular position. And so there I have changed the location of the components. Let me close the dialog box. Now, if I hop back over to that drawing, you'll notice that the drawing has updated with the current position of the components in the assembly. So let me select the drawing view. Then I can use the properties icon in order to bring open the drawing view properties dialog box. Then I will click on the view states tab. And here we have the option to explode the components in the particular view. I will check the box to explode them. And then from the drop-down list, we can choose any snapshots that have been designated to be used in drawing. So for example, this is a snapshot that has been designated. I'll touch on that in a few minutes and click the OK button. And that way I now have the components in a particular configuration, and this drawing view will not update if I drag the components around in the assembly. And for a third use of your snapshots, let me go back over to the assembly. I'm going to get out of mechanism mode, and then if we go to applications, there is a mode for creating animations. It is right next to the mechanism icon, and you can create movies of your assemblies. And one way of creating your different animations is by using those mechanism snapshots. There's one other thing that I want to mention just for disambiguation. There is another use of snapshots, but it is used for mannequin. And so let me go to another assembly. In this assembly, I have a human model of a mechanism. Let me go back to the model tab. Here is the mechanism model. It is a human model of a kid. And you can see that right now he is in the Kung Fu stance. I'm not making a joke there. There's actually a stance in mannequin mode where you can apply a posture for a couple different Kung Fu stances. But anyhow, when you are in mannequin, you can right mouse, click and hold, and create a snapshot. And it is a way of capturing the positions of your human mannequin assemblies in the orientation in terms of their postures and how their hands are and what they're reaching for and all that other stuff. So I just want to mention that you will hear the term snapshot when it comes to mannequin as well. But anyhow, let me close out of there and go back to the assembly. Let's take a look at some of the functionality in the drag components dialog box. So I will click on it. And once again, Snapshots is expanded. In this video, I'm going to show you these two icons for point drag and rigid body drag and some of the icons on the Snapshots tab. In another video, I will go into the Constraints tab. But anyhow, here we have our snapshots, and this is the one that was in the model. You'll notice that there is an icon to the left of it, indicating that it can be used in a drawing. Here is the one called bent elbow that I had created before. If I want to return to those positions, I can use the display the selected components icon. But anyhow, now that we're back to the original position that I had before, here we have the icon for a point drag, and I can grab and click on it, and I can drag it through its range of motion. And you can see right now there are some flashes of red as I'm dragging it through the range of motion, where it's actually detecting interference in real time. Let me just move the components around to this other position. And you'll notice that how the components are moving is really kind of, I don't know, it's really depends a lot on how I am moving the mouse in the relative previous position. Again, I can middle mouse button to go back to where it was before. Besides that point drag, you have this icon to change over to rigid body drag. And the idea with rigid body drag is that the position of whatever component that you select will remain the same, or excuse me, the position will change, but the orientation of those components will stay the same. So for example, right now I am in rigid body drag, and I'm going to click here sort of on the forearm, and you'll notice that right now it is highlighting a body. And so you'll notice that that component itself is staying in the same orientation, and it's only the other bodies that are moving relative to it. So you'll notice that despite me moving my mouse to the left and to the right, because of the other degrees of freedom, it is not allowing the components to move to the left and right. They're essentially moving forwards and backwards. Let me hit the middle mouse button. And what you'll notice when you're doing rigid body drag is that which body that you select for moving has an effect on how things are going to move. So for example, let me select sort of the body for the main part of the wrist. And so now that I've selected a different body based on the range of motion, we're getting a whole lot more motion than when I was selecting the lower forearm. But once again, I will middle mouse button to go back to the previous orientation of components. And this is a good stopping point for a moment where you can see some interference between different components in this particular mechanism? This is because of the model properties that are set up for this assembly. Let me close out of the drag dialog box for a moment. If you go to File and then Prepare, Model Properties, this opens up the Model Properties dialog box. I'm going to scroll down in the dialog box. Here we have the assembly group, and then right underneath there is collision detection, and this is set to partial detection. I will click on the blue change hyperlink, and right now this is set up for partial collision detection between a few different components. So that's where it is looking for components that are moving into each other. Down here, we have some options for either stop when colliding, highlighting interfering volumes, or pushing objects upon collision, and sounding a warning upon collision. And one thing to be aware of is that right now I have more options than you would have if you start off Creo Parametric with the default settings, because I have a config.pro option turned on. I will mention that in a moment, but I'm going to change this to no collision detection and then click the OK button. Be aware again that these collision detection settings are saved with the model. They're not just for your particular session. And let me go to my config.pro options, File, Options, Options. And the option that I have turned on is called Enable Advanced Collision. Let's see where it is in here. There it is. Enable Advanced Collision. And the default value for this is no, but I have it set to yes in my config.pro file. Okay, let me cancel out of there. Let's go through the other icons in the drag dialog box. So I will click on drag components. And so here we have the icon for selecting which snapshot you want to view. And you can also double click on a snapshot and it will do the same thing. You'll note that when I selected the start snapshot, I get this confirmation dialog box. It warns me that the selected snapshot is outdated. Do I really want to display it? Choosing OK will skip validity checks and so on until the next regeneration. It might degrade the performance of mechanism operations. I'm going to say yes to display it. And so now we have that particular snapshot. And let me go to the bent elbow configuration. And again, once I am in here, let me do a rigid body drag. I want to sort of just like drag. Let me select this, and I'm just going to move this sideways a little bit, just get a slightly different position, and then left click. And now I'm going to hit the button to create a snapshot of this particular orientation. And I did that so I can show you the next one. With the next one, this is to borrow part positions from other snapshots. So again, right now this is at an angle, but I decided that I want this area, the lower part of the forearm and the hand, to be straight, sort of like how it was in the start snapshot. So with the new snapshot selected, I will click on the pencil icon, and this lists the other existing snapshots in the model. You're going to select the snapshot that you want to borrow part positions from. So I will choose start, and it shows the start orientation. And then you can start picking components, and it will highlight the body that pertains to those. So I'll select that body. Let me select another body down here and this other body here. So I'm selecting essentially 3 different bodies. I will click on the OK button and then click OK out of here. And you'll notice right now it's like, okay, it took those different bodies and it put them in the position that they were in the start snapshot, but now they're no longer connected to the rest of the assembly, to the rest of the mechanism. So I'm going to jump over to the Constraints tab. Again, we'll go through a bunch of these different ones in an upcoming video. And I'm going to use the Reconnect icon, And so now it moves the components to that position. That's good. Let me click the OK button out of there. And I'll go back to the Snapshots tab. And I decide that this is what I actually want to use for Snapshot 1. And so now I will use the next icon, which will update Snapshot 1 from what it was to this particular collection of positions and orientations of the components. So now if I go to Start, well, there we see the Start snapshot. Let me double click on Bent Elbow. And now I can go back to Snapshot 1 where it is hanging there at an angle. All right, and so then the next icon in the list here is where I can make a snapshot available in a drawing. So for example, I can select the Bent Elbow snapshot and then click this. And now it has that same icon that you see next to the Start snapshot where I can use this snapshot in a particular drawing view. So for example, now I can close and then let's go to the drawing window. And now I will select this drawing view. And once again, let's go to the drawing view properties dialog box and then view states. And now when I go to the drop-down list, here we have Bent Elbow available. And I will click the apply button. So now it's using that particular snapshot. Let's close out of the drawing view properties dialog box and head back over to the assembly window. And the very last icon to show you in the list from the Constraints tab, I will go to Drag Components again. And if I ever decide that, you know what, this other snapshot over here, I don't like it, I no longer need it, I can use the icon that looks like an X in order to delete that snapshot. But again, while the components are still in that particular orientation, I could capture it again using the little camera icon. So let's close the drag dialog box. That's how you can use some of the functionality in the drag dialog box for managing snapshots for an assembly mechanism.